Alright, welcome to race report from Raby Tri. It was another 2-week turnaround between races from round 1 to round 2 of the Queensland Triathlon Series. This one hoping to improve on my swim. Obviously that was the part that let me down last race with amazing bike run splits. So after the last race, Monday off, Tuesday recovery, Wednesday's normal session, on from there. I pretty much started taper on Thursday before the race. So I had a full week and a bit of training under my sleeve. Tapered off, felt really fresh, really on. Had a great couple of weeks. Really prioritised sleep, taking time to stay clear and not get too caught up in things mentally. And I almost got 5 hours of yoga this week. So body was good, mind was good, body was good. Sleep was there. I was eating heaps. There was no excuses to not really show up for this race. Yeah, I also didn't have to work like 40 hours this week too. I only worked about 15, 20. So that was really good, but I'm now out of money because I didn't win any prize money at the weekend. Spoiler alert. But that's okay. It was still a great race. 6-hour shift at Bounce. Went straight from there, straight home, grabbed my bags, bike, put everything in the car, went straight up to Michaela's nan's place, stayed there. It was about an hour and a half drive to get up to North Brizzy. Although the race is in South Brizzy, it still saves us half an hour in the morning, which we needed, as you're about to find out why. But yeah, we got to her nan's place. We were both pretty tired. I made myself an iced coffee for the drive, snacked on some snacks. We got up there, I just had leftovers for dinner, just some curry with a cup of... so I measure my rice uncooked. So a cup of uncooked rice, cook it, and that's like 3 cups of rice or something, I don't know. But fueled up, carved up, good to go. It was a late night. Wasn't really. We were in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. For a 3:33 alarm. Because we did stay at Michaela's nan's place, was just a little bit out of whack, and usually I leave my phone in the kitchen. I don't like bringing it into the bedroom, and here at our place the kitchen is next to the bedroom, like everything's just one big area, so it's not an issue. But for some reason I decided to leave my phone in the kitchen at her nan's, which is one end of the house. The bedroom we slept in is the other end of the house, and at 5:15 in the morning I disturbed from my deep sleep. And I was like, there's light. What? What's that? And then I hit my watch, turned the timer on, and I was like, shit, it's 5:15 in the morning. We slept in like an hour and 40 minutes. Not ideal considering that I woke up at the time I wanted to arrive at Raby Bay. So I was like, shit, Michaela, we've got to go, we've slept in. Grabbed all my stuff, threw it in the car. 1 toilet trip instead of 7 that I usually do before I leave the home. So that was interesting on my gut for the drive there. It was a 45-minute trip according to maps. We did it in 40. Yep. I'm not going to say why or how, but we got there. I don't like to speed because I can't afford a fine, but we pushed it and we got there about 10 minutes before transition and registration closed. So Thankfully, I didn't have to like beg and plead to be able to get in, although the open rack was full. We did have to move a couple of bikes to fit me in, but for some reason, pros like to be late and hang around. I'm not sure. Usually I don't. I'm like, get my bike in, get everything sorted, get out, get done, blah, 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 do my usual routine, but everyone was still in there, which was really good. All the lads were heaps cruisy with it. They were like, yeah, we'll just squeeze these bikes up. 6 bikes to a rack. There was 5 in this one. I was like, oh, can I squeeze in here, guys? And thankfully, Nick and Liam moved their bikes apart. I was able to just slide on in, get rego done, straight out, straight to the toilet a few times. COVID. Yeah, I got to do a little bit of a run, warm-up. It was mainly just my breath work training intervals to try and calm the system down because of the stress and nerves and the panic that I woke up in, having to get everything done in an hour 40 less time. Isn't ideal, but it's what we did. I somehow got it all done. Calmed myself down a little bit. Felt okay, but I actually felt like I still needed to do another 3 or 4 poos. So maybe that was what happened later in the race. I'm not sure, but I just felt like the system wasn't firing all cylinders. Maybe I wasn't awake long enough. I don't know what the go was, but maybe it was all the snacks we had on the drive. Who knows? But there was like a tightness and a fullness and a bloatingness in my stomach. But I was like, oh well, whatever. I don't have any time to poo. I got to go jump in the water. Did a short little swim warm up just to get feel. End up just on the start line, just reversing my arms like that. So I was reversing up, stroking back to get that activation and feel going through the pool. It all felt pretty good. We were on the start line, stacked field. I knew I had to have an incredible swim to be even somewhere in the race, because if I was not on in the swim, race is done. Like there was no weak swimmers in the race, so that's good. Motivated me, and I swam like a champion. I was so stoked. I remember just swimming along, watching us just fly past these boats. Like, yeah, boy, we're on. I pretty much swam with Lorkie the whole time. I jammed my finger. I'm not sure if you can tell. It's this one. It's a little bit swollen into someone's back around the turn buoy, so we're all together, and this person for some reason was vertical. I don't know what had happened, but they had stopped. I just went bang straight in the back of them. Hopefully I didn't hurt them, but yeah, I'm cooked. Got movement back today though, so that's okay. And from that, we just lost. Just a gap opened, turned the next swim buoy, opened. Thankfully, Lorkie fell off the pack too. So yeah, we were able to swim together to try and minimise losses. I remember coming out of that turn buoy and just going hard. We got away from the rest of the guys that were on our feet, but we didn't quite get to the front pack. But we came out maybe 10 to 20 seconds behind all the top lads, which is good, but I would have loved to be in the mix with all the boys, but it is what it is. Worked hard on the bike. Lork had an amazing transition. I came out of the water and I just didn't have my run feet straight away. It's not uncommon to feel not good at running after swimming so hard, but especially when I'm trying to compare myself to Lork. So I watched him run away from me in transition. I tried to catch him on the bike, didn't really work. We kind of just stayed about a couple seconds apart the whole bike. I think it opened up to 10 seconds, and the front pack maybe opened another 20 seconds ahead, so less than a minute behind off the bike.
Go, Trav!
Some people like put their foot down. Yeah. And like
Happy with that. I took a gel at the start of the bike, the end of the bike. Just sipped on the water through the race. Nutrition wasn't really massive in a short course, so it was a 900 meter swim, a 25k bike, and a 6k run. Yeah, I got off the bike, and yeah, I tried to run down with the guys.
Go, Trav!
I was kind of in no man's land. I couldn't get firing for some reason. It was just like, it felt like I wasn't coming from here. I couldn't switch it on, or it was tight, or not going properly. So I'll work on that for Noosa, which is pretty much what these last 2 races were, just dialing in, blowing the cobwebs off. Felt like I've blown all the cobwebs off, I'm ready to go. Just make sure I'm not sleeping through any alarms or stressing out before Noosa. We've got a couple of days up there to be on holiday, so I should be right. But I think, yeah, swim was like 110 pace, it was 41k an hour on the bike, and like 333k per k on the run. So my run was actually about 10 seconds slower than 2 weeks ago per kilometre, which is a minute. I know I can run at least a minute quicker on that course, but I kind of not switched off, but just eased back a little bit, enough to hold my spot. I wasn't going to really catch the guys, maybe one position ahead. So I figured I might as well just run a good tempo training race, stay fresh for this next 2 weeks to build into Noosa and go from there. Oh, I forgot to address. So I'm sure if you're watching this, you already follow me on Instagram. If not, jump on there, like, subscribe, follow, all that BS. But I put up a little poll of things you guys want me to cover in my race report, so I'm gonna cover them. One person said yep, so yep, I'm gonna answer your questions. Some real cutie said to say how great my girlfriend is. She's pretty great. She's the greatest of all my girlfriends. So that's high. All one of ya. You're amazing, Mickey. And Sam said something about when is a great time to shave the legs. This is actually really interesting because I changed it up this time. Before Sunny Coast, I just got a new blade in my shaver and absolutely massacred my legs. Had cuts everywhere. It was quite stingy and painful. I did that the Friday before the race for Sunshine Coast, and I felt it was a bit too close to the race to shave because, like, obviously when you first shave the next day, it's stingy and not comfortable in the water. Obviously that's when you're smoothest, but I wasn't very comfortable. So then I actually didn't shave my legs for the last race I did at Moreton Bay. I just left them hairy and training resistance. But this time I shaved my legs on Tuesday. So there you go, Sam. I gave myself an extra couple of days for the hair to grow back and not be stingy, itchy or annoying, because I don't swim on Wednesday usually unless the surf's good, which it was. So I ended up surfing and it felt really weird to have freshly shaved legs sitting on the board, pulling at my boardies, and it was a little bit uncomfortable, but felt really comfortable in the race. Leg hairs are still nice and short, so I'm able to get massages, cupping, all that in without any pain. And I'm sure if I had a stacked, it would have just been painful as always, so I don't really worry about that because I don't crash my bike. Touch wood. But yeah, shoot me any more questions you want me to cover in these race vlogs or anything you want me to do, say, as ridiculous as you want. I'm pretty out there, so I don't mind being a bit stupid on camera. But I'll see you guys for the Noosa report in about 3 weeks. That is my biggest and favourite race of the year, so I'm already dialing a lot in. I've got my eyes on a new pair of shoes, so look out for those. I've already got my race wheels from TLR ready to go. 5 days up in Noosa to holiday, enjoy the whole experience and treat myself.